I would like to thank and give a shout out to my professor, my counselors, Jamin Bartolomeo, Miriam Zeman, which was the best teacher for me, Jamin, the best counselors I ever had.
I want to thank Montgomery College for the opportunity to receive such a great education.
One of my favorite professors here, Professor Hernandez, who I've had her for 2 semesters, but she's made a very big impact on how I want to become a teacher, and she's definitely showed me the way of how to be a great teacher because she's a very good example of that.
I would also like to thank my professors, Professor Zeman, Professor Elliott, and then Professor Early. Thank you all for supporting me.
And I would also like to especially thank a professor that helped me a lot throughout this entire program and through this entire process of graduating. I was all panicked and scared for most of the part, but she helped get me calm and she kept me through. Thank you very much, Dr. Baca. I appreciate all your help.
I'm here with my professors from graphic design, Catherine Hebel, Patricia Johansson. They were very, very helpful in all my years at Montgomery College.
I would like to give a shout out to Professor John Foster at Rockville.
I want to say thank you to my professors and the staff at Montgomery College, especially to Marilyn Andrews, because they made me feel as a part of this great family.
There are too many professors to count. I don't want to name Professor Huergos, one Professor Wakeman Lynn, Dr. Wilson was one of the counselors at Montgomery College.
The TRIO program really encouraged me, especially as stated before. Hung, Daryl, James, Dr. Shear, Luwen, Taib, Tango, every single one of those people, they're so dedicated in helping the students grow and succeed in whatever fields they need to do. They're all so amazing. I won't forget how many times when Hung, especially, she tutored me in biology, made sure that I would master it and do well in it.
Dr. Chaban for always guiding me and helping me through the communication classes.
I would like to thank the staff here at Montgomery College, especially in the photography department.
The professors who I hounded endlessly during their office hours for help. Thank you.
The math department was really amazing. We have some really good math teachers there.
And I also want to give a shout out to 3 special professors for Professor Basie, Professor Escobar, Professor Ringheisen, and there's one professor, I forgot his name. And, I forgot his name just like that. That's okay, I forgot his name.
Montgomery College for giving me the opportunity, for the professors that I've worked with. Special thanks to Professor Carl. I know you pushed me a lot. You know, you screamed, you yelled, you critiqued, you know, you did everything to make sure that I was on point. And, you know, I'm glad that you seen something in me that I wasn't able to really notice, and you know, I'm glad you kept me on point and on focus, on track, and I just want to say thank you for that. I love you for that.
Special thanks to all my professors, especially Professor Davis, Professor Comzia, all my professors in general. All the nursing staff have been very helpful, and also the lab especially has been very helpful to all the students. So thank you very much for all your support and word of encouragement that you have bestowed upon us.
They have just been so understanding, so helpful, because they know that every student is unique. They have their own challenges, they have their own life, their own livelihoods, and they try to accommodate the students as best as they can. And frankly, I could tell you, even going to an institution where it costs a down payment on a house for a bachelor's degree, I didn't receive quite the same quality of education there that I did at Montgomery College.
I'd like to give a shout out to a few of my professors, my speech professor, Ms. McCready, my stress professor, Mr. Minear, my psychology professor, Dr. Gaddis Dini, my English professor, Ms. Murphy.
Mr. James Nelson, that's the best professor ever. Thank you, Mr. James Nelson.
Miss Dana Baker, who was definitely a rock and sometimes a hammer and a bat. But I thank you too. All right.
Dr. Hernandez, I had him for U.S. history and Latin American history. He's a great teacher. He always encourages every single student in the classroom me especially, to keep your eyes on the prize, to never give up. Even though there's obstacles in the way, keep on going because you need that education to go far in your life.
My professor here at MC, especially my international coordinator, Ms. Vida Bonsu, Professor Rob Barber, Professor Quell, my advisor, Andrea Milo, and the president of Montgomery College. I would like to thank you all and all my other faculties.
And I also want to give a shout out to my business statistics teacher. Thank you.
Professor Marshall, she was an English teacher, always encouraging me as well to go forward, read more, write more, become a better writer, things of that nature. Dr. Brown, she was my psychology teacher. She was also a really good teacher, always motivating me to keep my head up, etc. And there was one more teacher that I almost forgot. Her name is Professor Shaw. She was my computer applications teacher. She is the one, Professor Shaw is the one who basically encouraged me to study information technology when I go to the university. She made my experience with computers wonderful. I didn't know anything about computers, barely knew how to turn a computer on, and here you have this amazing teacher that's just so patient with you, that helps you with whatever, and if it wasn't for her, I honestly wouldn't know which field I would pick.
Since I've been a student here at Montgomery College, from the activities such as clubs and student senate to the communities that I've been honored to serve on, I come to realize that Montgomery College is truly a best place of endless possibility.
MCTV, how can I forget you guys? I could never forget you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much. This is an awesome opportunity, as far as in kickstarting and getting my career started. You guys have helped me a lot. I've learned a lot from you guys, and I just really want to tell you guys thank you. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, everybody. MCTV, I love y'all.